Are you a coach but not quite sure how to brand yourself? Well, this video is for you. Today, I'm sharing Branding 101, 3 tips to branding yourself if you're a coach. All right, welcome back. Today, I want to share with you 3 tips to brand yourself as a coach, and it comes down to 3 things: define, design, develop. Like how I did that? So the first thing is to define your message. A lot of times when people think about branding, they think about their colors or their logo, but we're not there yet. That's actually the second step. What you need to do is define your message. Who are you? Why should people listen to you? What is your story? What makes you unique? What is that message that you're bringing forth to your ideal client so that they know that you're the one that they need to work with, so that they're completely convinced that there's nobody else that's better than you, and that they understand that you're going to make them feel at ease and you're going to be able to help them with everything that they need help with. So the very first thing is to define your message. Your message includes a couple of things. Inside of your message, you want to include your why. Why is it that people should work with you? And what makes you unique? The other why that you want to define is, why does your ideal client fit exactly with you? Like, why should that ideal client work with you and nobody else? But what makes them unique? So I guess the first one would be, why should they work with you? And the second one inside of your messaging is, what makes your ideal client uniquely qualified to work with you? Okay. So it's important in your messaging to continue putting that out there. Why you are unique, as well as what makes your ideal client uniquely qualified to work with you. As you continue to define your message, it's really, really important to not only share what you do and why you do it, but you've got to share the why behind the why. So a lot of times, we'll share in our branding, well, I want to help women because, women have a hard time charging what they're worth. But what's the real reason behind that? What is the deeper reason behind that? And what is that thing that really gets you fired up? The exercise that I did, I had someone ask me, if you could talk about your topic for 20 minutes straight, like, what is that topic that you could talk about? And when I really started thinking about it, I was like, oh, okay, this is what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about helping women charge what they're worth. I'm passionate about that marketing that will allow you to attract the type of client, that high quality client that you need. I'm very, very passionate about that. But there's a deeper why behind that. And that deeper why behind that is because growing up, I saw a lot of things. And what I realized growing up was that I always wanted to have enough money to support myself. I never wanted to have to ask anyone else for anything, and I wanted to be that strong, independent woman. I saw friends and family members and other people that I don't want to get too much into the details, but if you're watching this, you probably know and you probably understand from, maybe your personal experience that oftentimes, our relatives, our friends, our family, those women in the family, they're not always supporting themselves, right? And that's why it's so important for me to share this message with women, so that women have the opportunity to charge what they're worth and to save up that rainy day fund or save up those funds and have that money so that they can do what they want and be independent. I always wanted to be independent. I always wanted to have my own money. I never want to have to rely on anybody else. I never wanted anybody else to tell me, no, we can't do that. We can't pay for that. We can't afford that. And that's why I'm so passionate. So that's my why behind the why of what I do. Once you define your message, you can jump to step 2, which is design. And this is to design your brand. Now, this is your colors, your logo, your fonts. Typically, what I like to do is create a style guide. And I learned this from a friend and graphic designer of mine. In the style guide, and I will share mine on the screen, I include my colors, I include my logo, I include how my logo can be used, I include the hex codes and basically the fonts, everything that makes my visual brand appealing. And that way, anytime I work with a graphic designer, I can simply send them my style guide. They can take a look at the style guide. They can make their changes and adjustments and design and create something that looks and fits and matches my brand. Consistent branding, visual branding is so important. If you didn't know it already, then I'm telling you right now, you need consistent visual branding. I have in the past have jumped from different fonts and colors. So there's still some stuff that's, needs to be cleaned up. But once I settled on my fonts and colors, I make sure to use those consistently. So you've got to design it. Now that needs to be on your website. It should be on your social media, sometimes even in the outfits that you wear. So often, as you notice right now, I'm wearing something that's very similar to a brand color. And when you choose your brand colors, think about that. Think about the clothes that you wear and the colors that you enjoy wearing. Think about the feel of the colors. Whereas yellow might make you feel bright and cheery and excited and it pops. Pink is a little bit more feminine and girly, and maybe it makes you feel a little bit calm, and purple feels really royal. So think about how those colors make you feel as you're looking for them in your brand. One resource that I really like to use is a website called Coolors, Coolors, coolors.co. And that website is a really good one where you can go to and start to choose some of the different colors for your brand, and it'll give you some different options. They give you 5 colors, and they find colors that are complementary, colors that work well together, and you can just hit the space bar and start playing around and exploring different colors. The final part of design is to have a professional photo shoot and have professional photos. Now, this is why we have a professional photographer at the Royal Retreat, so that the women who attend can get those professional branding shots. We're always in a beautiful location. I'm actually recording from the end of the Royal Retreat right now. So this is the final day. So I decided to record some videos. But during the Royal Retreat, we have a chance to do those branding photos. And if you don't already have photos for your brand, you should get photos at least once per year to have them updated for you. I will be using the photos that I've got taken this year to update some things on my website and update some things on my social media. And it's really important to just have those photos, have those things for your brand so that you can share that person, that brand that is attracted to a high quality client. Okay. We don't want to try to attract high quality clients without a high quality looking brand. So there's no such thing as, let me have a .wix website or let me host on WordPress.com. Like, you really need to have your own website, your own URL, LaTishaStyles.com. Nobody else's name is on there. That's exactly what you need for your business. And finally, you must develop your voice. Now, develop your voice and define your message are different in this way. Defining your message is choosing what your message is going to be, but developing your voice takes a little bit more time. Developing your voice is continuing to talk about your topic and why you're passionate about your topic, and being opinionated and really planting your flag and saying, this is what I stand for, this is why it's important, and this is why nobody else can tell me anything about this. Now, developing your voice takes some time, and here's why. Often, especially women entrepreneurs, sometimes we have a hard time being confident in saying what we believe and what we know to be true. A lot of times we will preface what we say with, I think, or maybe, or you should, instead of saying, this is what I recommend. This is what you should do. This is what has worked for me. And as you continue to use words that share your confidence, you'll notice that you'll attract a different type of client. You'll attract a high quality client who's confident about themselves, who is ready to take action. And you will have a much, much easier time attracting the people who need a firm voice. The reason being is that a lot of people who might come to work with you, the reason they're coming to work with you is because they may not necessarily have a strong voice for themselves. They may not be standing up for themselves in their life, and that's why they need you as a life coach. They may not be taking a stand for their health, and that's why they need you as a health coach. They may not be taking a stand to develop their voice, and that's why they need you as a marketing coach. So you've got to understand that it's your job to be that anchor. It's your job to be that lighthouse so that those boats that are coming in can come directly to you. What other questions do you have about building your brand? I really get excited to talk about branding and marketing because they definitely go hand in hand. Not having branding that speaks for you is one of the mistakes that most new coaches make, but there are actually 6 mistakes that most new coaches make. I recently created a brand new free training to take you through those 6 mistakes. I share those with you as well as the steps that you can take to avoid those mistakes. Now, one client avoided the very first mistake, and that helped her generate $95K in sales. So if you would like to take a look at the training, all you have to do is click the link in the description box. I will leave details down below, or you can go to latisha.tv/SIX and it will take you directly to the training. As you watch the training, you will see why you can't afford to make less than 6 figures as a full-time coach, how to create a solid coaching program, and how to fill it with high quality clients. And once you finish the training, you'll see exactly why my clients who avoid these 6 mistakes are able to book high quality clients, to generate 10K in 10 days, and even sell their low ticket offers in a buying frenzy. Once again, in order to get registered, all you have to do is go to latisha.tv/SIX, and that'll take you directly to the training. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.